intuitive search form. Let's make your search form look like this. Las Vegas, workout company, Before we get started, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check out our other how-to videos from this channel. Also, subscribe and share. It will be helpful for the channel. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create a search form, specifically a customer search form. I will point out the problems of the keystroke and how we can solve it using a function. The benefit of having a function like this is that you can use it on any form. And let's open up our access and begin coding. Type access and open. Create blank database. We are going to create new. Actually, we are going to go to access project report, new folder, intuitive search. That sounds appropriate. And let's pop in there and change your database name to intuitive search. We are going to make our search intuitive, and here we are going to get the customer table that we created earlier. Now, if you didn't follow the module, the CMS module, you can populate this in any, you can get this data in any way you want. But since I'm lazy and I've got one ready for me, I will just import that in. This is the module 1 part 2. So if you don't have one and you want to create one, watch this module 1, create customer table query, and then follow up with the part 2. So I'm going to go in there, open up that database. It says right here, import tables. Alright, so let's continue. There you go, I think it went. Okay, so now let's examine this guy. We've got all of these guys right here that we have. Alright, let's close that out. So now we got the table. Let's create a query. Alright, we're going to go ahead and populate that guy and close this guy down. We are interested in, this is for displaying the record on the form. So whatever you want to show on the form, here I want to show the contact with combined name. So I'm just going to type in contact, first name space and last name. Now I put space in there so that they don't run into each other. Alright, so we got contact. What else do you want to display? What else do you want to display? Okay, how about display, let's call contact address. Let's just get the address, but right here we're going to put them together. It makes more sense to put city, state, and zip on one. Let's call city, state, and then we can put them together. So here again, that would be comma, this would be state province. This would be zip code. So let's space it out. Zip code. All right. So let's take a look. Control S. Let's call it customer list. You don't want to limit this query just for search. All right. And we're going to customer list. We don't want to anytime you create a query, you want it to be versatile, meaning you can use this query anywhere you want on different forms. I know many people like to put forms here, or search customer here, customer number rather. That's not versatile. That means that query is dedicated to one single job. Okay, but here we want our query to be used throughout all applications, regardless of what forms. Okay, so that is good coding. Is do not limit your list just for one job. All right. So we don't want to put query in there or the filter. So let's now this will be our search text right here. So I'm just going to go into my zoom, as I always like to do, and we're going to call this search text. All right, and then we want to be able to search customer number. All right, and I'm going to space it out. Remember, the spacing is important. So that's that. Let's do space. How about first name? So, and again, space, last name. Last name and city. The address is kind of hard. I don't think anybody wants to search address. Space, state, province, and then last, zip code. So that will be all search text. Ooh. Oh, there. You see there? You see what I missed? Ampersand. Let's go in there. There should be an ampersand right there. And then that's good. So access is pretty good. Oh, did I miss again? Yep. Let's go in there. You see that? It points at it. Access is pretty intelligent. Okay. And it barks at you when you don't do things the way it wants. So last name right here, it says last name there. So we got they have ampersand before the next field. There you go. All right, let's Control S, save that, and that's good. Now this query can be used throughout our application, and it's not dedicated to just a search. So, and that's good, and that is where many newcomers think that they need to put criteria here, criteria there, and form here and form there, and that's not good. You know, if you don't have to, now doesn't mean that I don't use it. I do, but the benefit of coding is that you are able to do things the way you want. All right, there. Now let's do the form. Let's do the form. Let me show you the problem, and then we'll tackle the solve the problem, because I think here is too where many people are having issues with. I'm going to put a header on here. and I'm going to make this a back same color as the other one. Background, it should be background 1, and it looks the same now. All right, so let's add some stuff in here. I'm gonna show you the problem. Actually, I'm not gonna show you the problem. I'm gonna show you how to get the keystroke first, because this is part of learning, and I want to show you the issues and what we can do. All right. So here, just to demonstrate, I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy as search text, and we'll call this txt search text. All right. So we'll have a search text. So now we want to see the keystroke. All right. So I'm going to show you the keystroke. We're going to call this temporarily keystroke. All right. First, whatever we want to put in here, we want the same in here. All right. So we can do control. We can select that and go to event on change here. We can say me keystroke equal me search text. That is simple enough. All right, let's control S, save this form as customer search. That looks simple, but it's not quite so as simple when we get to it. All right, you will see what I mean. Let's go view this guy, and we'll go ahead and type in. See how it's not setting. See there? You would think typing all that would send the would replace the key right here. Not so. For instance, I'm going to stop right there. So each key that we pass in, it comes in, but we don't see anything. You see there? So it looks simple. It looks like it would have done its job, but no. So that is one problem. Oopsie. Oops. So whatever key you type in there, it doesn't see it. It's not there. All right. So it's always no. I'm going to stop right there. Continue. All right. Let's try again. Let's put C. See my keystroke. It's still no. Okay. Still no. So here's the solution for this. And you know what? I don't like that form. I'm gonna. Yeah. It doesn't look fancy. I like fancy stuff, by the way. Let's get rid of this navigation, get rid of this bracket selector. We also want a pop-up, and we want to make sure that we are on that pop-up. Control S. Model means you are on that pop-up. All right. So now the solution to get the keystroke is not that difficult. Show you how to do this. We're going to go to model here. All right, let's change its name to um, let's call it form activity. Yeah, that's good. Whatever with that. Yeah, and we're going to say sub get keystroke. not get. How about set? Set keystroke. We want to pass in the control. All right. So control is the text box. Yeah, let's put search text box. Search as control. And that's that. Well, we're gonna send in here. We're gonna search in this text control, see if there is anything in there. So we want to say if not is no. See search text box text, then else if. So oopsie, right here. So each key that is passed in, it will be checked right here. It will be checked right here. And here we have to have a variable to hold on to that memory, a variable to hold on to that information. So the easiest way to get this this information held is to let's see if we can do this. Public. As a matter of fact, we can do this. Private. Call. Yeah, let's call search text. That's good. As string. And then we're going to have a function to return that guy. All right. Now we could have easily done it here. All right. But coming in here, it doesn't make sense. I guess you could, but what is this? This is better. This is preferably function. We call it get search criteria. How about that? Oh, there. As string. This is much better, I feel like. And then we're gonna say equal as search text. I think that's better. So now we can say search text. We use that variable to say equal see search text box text else is similar except oh, that's not that. It's a see search text box. Now this is similar except what if you backspace? When you backspace, it's a null value, you see. Backspace is a null value, so then you say this. VB no string. Alright. Well, let's see how that works. We're going to control S, save. Let's go back to the form. Now, instead of doing that, we'll say call form activity set keystroke and then send in the search text. You see there? So instead of setting right here, we'll say, hey, send that control in there and determine for me what is there. And here you can say get. You see there? And you'll see why I did the two-step process here. Because we want these to be versatile. All right, meaning you don't want to limit it to just one screen, one form. You want it to be able to use this keystroke on any form. All right, because I mean, why create just one function for one job, for one form, right? So that's the purpose. You want it to be versatile. All right, this way you can use this function on any form, a product form, a customer search form, in an invoice form. So that is versatile when you don't have to when you create one thing and it's versatile. So let's see let's just take a look at this, see what it does here. Ah, didn't go. So my babbling mouth is not working. Let's see what's going on. So here, so we see it's there. Oh, you see the problem here when I set the text right here? See right there? Let's use the right one. That's the reason. So I'm going to copy that guy. See, we know it's Jack there, but it's not Jack here because the name is misspelled. Sorry about that. I thought I had two S's there. But now, that will be right. You see that? Well, that's part of programming. Sometimes you misspell. Alright. And programmers are not perfect animal. You see that? Now we're going to go. See, that's how you set keystroke. So let's recap this one, and then we'll move on to the next issues. Whatever. All right. So we got the keystroke. Recap this issue. The first thing that we try to do is to set keystroke to this search text box, and it's always no. Remember that? We remember that's the first thing that we test, and it cannot be done that way. All right. So when it cannot be done that way, we had to come up with the solution by having a function reading the text box. All right. So we send the text box control here and search what is that guy in there. Once it finds the stuff, it say, hey, let me borrow you for a minute here. I'm gonna put this guy in here. All right, in this variable. And then we set this get search string because now that is in RAM, in memory. I can just call it any way I want. All right. So all I have to do is say get search criteria. And this right here can be used throughout any application, any form, any screen. All right. So we solved the first issue. But here's the second issue. Here's the second issue. You cannot designate this or use, you cannot bind this to the record. Let's try to bind this to a record. All right, customer list. Okay, that's a record set that we created from here. All right, you would think by binding that guy, it would display stuff in here. Well, it does. All right, it does. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. We're going to display a couple items in here. I'm going to take that out. It's not important. Um, it's not important. I'm just, yeah, let's put a couple of the stuff. As a matter of fact, put the rest of the stuff in there. Yeah, that's good right there. So this is contact. Oops. This would be the address. or city state. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and bind this guy to the record set that we have. Customer number, and then this will be let's do contact here. Contact. You would think this is easy just to query this guy. Maybe this would be a company name. And this would be city state. Remember that? So well, let's see the second issues. Oops. There. This would be the second issue. Because we bind this thing to a record set, all right? Remember that. And we want this to be continuous. So here, if we open up, nothing, you don't think that there's a problem with it because we see all the records. All right, and this thing's still working, but it doesn't bind to anything. All right, it doesn't search. So you think that's good? Wait. If we did this, yeah, well, let's make it story short. If we did this, me, record source, yep, right here, equals, select everything that we want from query, customer search, nope, customer list, where search text like as a matter of fact, I like to spell the way SQL Server does because I'm a SQL guy, so I like to spell the way it wants me to spell. Now we can say me keystroke. You would think that's simple enough. Let's see if that is that simple. Oops, forgot ampersand. Let's move back here, there, and then go ahead and put a semicolon there. So let's save this. So this would normally set whatever we want from that keystroke. Let's see if that does it. All right. See there? Anytime you query, so the problem here is you would have to keep coming back this guy every single time. See there? Oops. So anytime you query this guy, it resets to that first index on the control. And that is the problem. All right, that is the problem. It tends to move to the first record. All right, but what if you say, well, Jack, you said it moves to the first record or the next record, not first. It moves to the next record after the keystroke. It moves to the next record. What if we set the tab stop to no? Will it move to the next stop? Well, it doesn't work that way either. So let's see how that works. So your question is, after the keystroke. Why does it move to the next key, next control? When in fact, this guy should remain on there. We didn't even hit the enter key. Why did it move? All right, so we're gonna go lock this guy. Select that and to the lock, looking for lock right here, lock. We don't want to mess up with our record, and also tap stop. All right. So you think by doing that, it would not move to there. Control S. It still does. It moves to this section. See, it moves to this detail section. All right, let's try that. So we're going to type in, and you will see that it jumps back right there. It highlights it, and it removes everything from there. You see that? So now it doesn't move to the next, but it stays on there, but you only get a key. And that's the problem. And you can't really, oh, what the heck, I can't do this. And then you got, hair scratching. Hair scratching. See, hair scratching. All right. Okay. Now, the solution. Now is the solution, which you'll be happy to find out is not that difficult. All right. All right. So I showed you the problem. The first one was you can't just simply set this guy to this guy on the key change, on the change. Okay. And you cannot simply query this record set on the bond with this record set. All right. So here's a solution. All right, here's a solution. And you happy to know I'm going to copy that, and all I'm going to do here is rename that to an S in front, meaning a sub form. So on here, design, I'm going to remove all this. As a matter of fact, I don't have to, just because I'm going to remove this guy though. Yes, I did. So I'm just get a label right here. Try again. Get a label down here. Reason why I do down here because I want to align this guy correctly. So I'm going to call that customer number. Let's copy. That's good. Now I'm going to come in here and make that there. Move this guy up there. And then type contact. And then make that guy there. And that's the reason why I put it here first, is because I can just kind of match up with the company, match up with the width of the control text box company, and then make that. Now you could easily just do this. All right, size widest. All right, so if you see this funny stuff on my keyboard, you probably know that I've been having these issues, but that doesn't bother me because I'm an easy guy. CD, let's do CD state. That's good enough. So I'm going to select all and move that guy up there. As you probably know, I like to make things look nice and neat and look good. Color this. I'm going to color this up, removing this lighter right here, lighter 50% off. We want the hard text, and then maybe the background. Let's see how it says transparent. Change this back style transparent to normal. Otherwise, you cannot color it. Now we're going to use a color. which is a simple. Might be too hard on the eye on that one. A little lighter. There, it looks good. And now, last thing that we want to do is put something in there so that you can rename this guy. Label number of record. Just kind of be a little fancy with this guy. And again, that lighter 50, we're gonna take that out. All right, and that's that. So I'm gonna highlight this guy, move the whole thing up, Control S, save. Let's view. Look good. So that's what we want. All right. It might be too cram in here, but it's all right. It's just demonstration purposes. So come in here, this code. All right. We're gonna change this guy to. We'll change this guy to refresh form or screen form, and then make that a public. We want to be able to call this from somewhere else. All right, and we're not going to change anything in the code there. You see how easy that is? We didn't change anything here. All right, we didn't change anything here. The only thing that was going to change, all right, is right here. Form activity get search criteria. That's all we're going to change. See how easy that is? Now, back to this guy, the main one. All right, back to this guy. When we call this guy right here, all right, we also want to do this. Let's fix that first. We're gonna set this keystroke. Let's close that subform. Let's close the subform. And now, because it has to do with this record set, all right, we don't want it. You see, we don't want it. What we want is get rid of this guy. You don't want this form, this main form, to be to bind to the record set. That's the issue that we were having. Remember? Let's drag this. Now you can do this. I don't care. Now delete that, and I'm going to get rid of this border that bugs me right here. Every time you port it in, just make that transparent. All right, and now move this guy to wherever you like. There. Actually, let's default that to about that tall. All right, that's good. Control S. Control S. And that's good. One thing that we need to do, let's close this down. Now, by the way, you cannot open the main form and the subform at the same time. All right. So to work with one, you have to close. To work with the subform, you have to close the main form. So let's go here. I put this label here. Just remember the number of record on purpose. So now I can say this. All right, and now here's the trick. Let's open this guy up. Here's the trick. We'll show you a trick. Yeah, function number of record. Yeah, and then we want the record set name. That's not understandable. Let's call table name as string, and then we're gonna put this optional as where clause as string as integer. So that's what we want, and now we can say dim record set as record set, and then if where clause equals nothing, then else, and if. So if, well, let's see, optional requires default value, which is this guy. So if that guy is there, all we have to do is say, oh, forgot my SQL as string, SQL equals select count everything as number of record from as table name, and that's that. Else is the same thing, else. As a matter of fact, I've got a better way. I'm going to copy that. We're going to default this to this, and we're going to say, and then we're going to say where clause. Now expect the where clause in here. All right. We want a space just in case that the coder did not put a space before. And then we can say as where clause. Oops. What it means right here. Yeah. So just in case that there wasn't space here, you don't want this name and that where clause to be next to each other. As a matter of fact, you know what? Yeah, the where clause is good. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna get rid of this. I like this. It's just my preference. Then there. All right. So once we're done, we can do this. Set rs current db open record set sql if rs record set record count. Let's go ahead and 0. Then and here we can say copy equal. I'm gonna come up here, copy, put it in there. Again, I like doing this. Okay. You didn't see the end, the then right there. That looks good. That looks dandy. Now we have to dispose the record set. You have to always remember to dispose record set. All right. reserved to your memory, computer memory. All right, we're done. That's all. So here we set the default. All right, meaning it assumes this guy there's no where clause. But if there is a where clause, there you go. If there is a where clause, as a matter of fact, to be fancy, we'll take this guy out just to be fancy. If there is a where clause, we want to do this, SQL. There you go. If there's a where clause, that's what happens. All right. So, and then we just open the record set and look at that number. All right, that's done. Let's get back to where we were. So now we can say num of rec equals form activity number of record. What does it want? It wants two parameters, two arguments. It wants this guy. Let's put that guy in there. It also wants this guy. See right here? We're going to put that guy in there. There. That's what we want. And just in case, space out that guy. Oh, right here as well. We don't want that, because that semicolon is going to be right here. You see, semicolon. So let's go back to where it was. What was it? Right there. All right. So that should be good. Now we can say if num of rec is greater than 1, then me label number of record caption. We're going to say num of records. If num of rec equals 1, then me num caption equals 1 record. If I'll just copy this guy. There. This will be 0. This will be no records found. That's that. Now here's a smart. If form activity get not equal, then else. So right there, I'm going to copy this guy down here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add one more. This is the let's call this filter as string, and you see why. I'm going to copy this guy and put this right here. So as a programmer, being a programmer, you're trying to think through what needs to happen at each stage. So if there is something in that criteria, we want to do this. Otherwise, we want to do this. Copy. How about get top 20 and then no wear clause, because there's nothing to wear to filter out. All right, and here's where that filter is. Filter. Oh, wrong place. Not there. My bad. So, but while we at it, we'll go ahead and filter equals something, nothing, and here I'm going to copy this guy. You see what I'm getting at now? And here I want filter. So as a programmer, this is what you are ending up with. You end up with trying to think, okay, what else is happening here? All right. Now this number of record, you don't have to be setting it in here, which normally we would have, but now you only call it once. By having this guy up here and up here, it's called redundancy, and we don't want that. And here, we can just delete the whole thing here and call it filter. You see, and that's all. That's all there is to it. Now let's select this left-hand side here. It's called form. It's gonna create a form unload for you. There you go, form load. Now all you have to do is say call refresh form, and it should refresh to this guy, top 20. All right, provided there's nothing in here. Let's see if that works. All right, so I'm gonna close that out. Hopefully what I said was correct. All right, see here, that bottom doesn't stretch. Let me show you how to stretch that out. It's no biggie. All right, so I'm going to stretch this out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull this guy all the way to the right here first. Select that subform, come over here, arrange, and anchor, call down across, and that's all. Go back to the home and view, and you now can stretch. You see there, and there should be 20 record. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Oh, it's right here too. Okay, so something's not right. So it says 400 records. So let's take a look why it's not getting the number that we expected. There should only be, oh, top 20. That's the reason why. Top 20. Okay, how are we going to get the top 20 into there? One way we can do, we get the right number. This is just requires, you have to write a comment if you want to use this guy. All right, requires a count, requires aggregate with count. As number of record. So what I'm trying to do here is to be able to do this in one string here. All right, so here we can do SQL statement as string, and now we're going to get rid of this guy. Put that guy in this guy. But you see there, you need to use this count as number. You see there, that is the requirement. So now we can do this. We're going to copy this guy. Let me tweak this a little bit here. I see something that should be tweaked. Alright, so bear with me. It's going to be intuitive, and this is part of coding. So you see where I've got filter up here? Then down here we don't have to. And that's the reason why. Alright, and now we can say filter. Remember, as a coder, you want to try to eliminate all redundancy as much as possible. Alright, and here, yep. And it looks like, copy. It looks like you will have to do this. Copy the entire thing here. Put in here. Similarly, I'm going to copy this guy. Yeah, we try to, eliminate the redundancy, but sometimes, like such as this guy, sometimes you can't. All right. So when you can't, as a matter of fact, yeah, when you can't, okay, I see a little issue here. So right here, oops, got the right there. Remember what it calls for? It calls for count. Remember, as num of record. That's what it calls for. So here's the same way. So I'm just going to copy this guy. There. And that should do the trick. That should do the trick. So let's follow up with this guy. Filter is this guy. This would be this. And then this number of record would be those two combined, which is the same as this guy. It has to be the same thing, except we're getting the count. Similarly, here's the same way, except we're getting the count as number of record. Alright, so I think that's it. Alright, so let's try that again. Control S. Alright. And launch. Hey. Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do this. We want to see what that guy is. First off, let's follow up with it. F8. Is there anything in here? None, nada. So comes out, it's going to come in here. It's going to say top record, which is correct. But this here is the issues we have right here. Oop, there. That's the issues we have. Why did it not return 20? So we just put 20 here. We already know the top. So sometimes, yeah, sometimes you just go too far. Things not as hard and you making it hard. There you go. All right. That thing doesn't work. See there? Why is it not working? We know. Okay, so let's get back here. Oh, we never called the other guy. See there? That's the problem. Now we say me subform form refresh form. Remember this refresh form right here? That's the same method. All right. Now, without this public, you cannot call it. So that's the reason why it did not refresh. All right. Let's see there. Now we're getting something. So we didn't forget. You see the number of records there? You see this guy right here? Check this out. All right. Okay, let's see Las Vegas. See all Las Vegas right here. All right. So let's see Robert. All the Roberts. Let's see the company work. Okay. That's smart. Let's see the account number. Let's see this. Let's see the account number. 00041. You see there? How about 05? You see there? Anything begin with 3 zeros? That is pretty smart. I think that's pretty smart. Alright, so that's how you make your form search intuitive. Now we don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Let's fancy it out a little bit. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being fancy. Alright. Text full color. Text 1. Yeah, nothing wrong with being just a tad fancy. So you don't have to go crazy with the stuff. All right, it just it's yeah. How about customer intuitive search? And then we're gonna make this guy 14. Let's make the back color. See how transparent that is? Change that to normal. And then this guy right here, normal. It's back color in it. Oh, I like that. And we're gonna do this. What is that? What color is that? Oh, we don't like that. Look at that. Oh, nice. How about bold it out? Perfect. How about alignment? Excellent. That's smart search. Alright. And we're gonna move these out a little bit. And maybe to the left a little more. Take a look at it again. Look at that. And then we can expand this guy, remember? And it will attach to it for, yeah. So we default to 20 because, you know, that's kind of fit the screen. But if we did this 0, see that? Now it gets everybody because of this 0 right here. If we say that, we got a 0, 1 there. There's a 0, 1 somewhere here, right? There's 0, 1. Alright, so we can say Robert, Las Vegas. Look at that. And then this guy just does it. Alright, well, one more thing before we end. Let's fancy it out a little bit. You know, when you do things, sometimes customer intuitive search. Sometimes you go too crazy with the thing, and you shouldn't have to. You know, a couple of calls Don't go too crazy. Find the reason why, and why is that key stroke doesn't work. Why not? And so uh, yep, that's it. There you have it. Happy programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, like, share, and hit that bell. And also comment below, and if you need help, inbox me. Thanks again.